Fellow Phasmo friends, welcome in. I'm a noob no more. You can call me Noob, or today it's Sherlock Noob, and today we're going to be doing a Noob's Guide to Apocalypse 3. I've started recording my games when I play off stream, and this one was really interesting. We are playing APOC 3. For those of you who don't know what Apocalypse 3 is, it's one of the most difficult challenges that Phasmophobia have to offer. You're running at 50% speed. The Ghost is at 150% speed. There's no sprint, no flashlight, no evidence. It's just you versus the Ghost on the biggest map in the game, Sunny Meadows. In order to complete the trophy, the gold trophy, you need to complete the 3 objectives. You need to take a photo of the Ghost, and you need to identify the correct Ghost and survive. Let's get into it. I just recently prestige, and I didn't even have my tier 3 loadout. I don't have the absolute god tier 3 parabolic mic. That is the best in the game. When you first start, this is one tip, is have a look for orbs in the camera. If you see orbs in these fixed cameras that are already in Sunny Meadows, it's going to save you a lot of hassle. Now, mimics are actually relatively easy to work out during the game anyway, but just mark this, it might be famous last words. And to be honest, the cameras in the hallways, the ghost room can't be the hallway. So for some of these, you're not really going to get orbs unless it's right near the door or something like that. So it's not a high percentage play, but it's going to save you a lot of grief if you do. Now, I would have had a look at the objectives, and forgive me, I can't remember what they were. I believe it was motion sensor and two other easy ones. What I would recommend is that you farm the objectives. Yep, if you're doing APOC 3. You don't want burn a crucifix, and you don't want ghost event, because that requires you to get close to the ghost room. If you go close to the ghost room when you're trying to do APOC 3 for the first time, it's going to spell the end of you. Now, what am I doing here? I'm not going inside. Right? What I am doing here is not going inside, guys. I'm setting up my version of the stalker test. What's the stalker test? Well, there are 3 stalkers in this game, and of course the mimic as well. We've got the banshee, we've got the phantom, and we've got the wraith, and again the mimic. Right? All of those ghosts can, no matter where they are on the map, they can stalk their way to you. The wraith instantly teleports. The other 2 actually have to walk. Right? So I'm doing a stalker test, because when you're running at 50% speed and the ghost is at 150, if it teleports to you and it can then hunt, it's just instantly, you're just dead. So all the good players, or if your life depends on it and you're not time poor, or, as I said, if you're trying to do this for the first time, knowing if it's a stalker and spending 5-10 minutes at the start of the game to see if it's a stalker is a really good investment of your time. So that's what I'm doing here, guys. I'm doing a stalker test. So my version has the motion sensor, crucifix, salt, and the EMF reader. And that's because each of these ghosts do something slightly different. I might go through that in another video, if that's okay, guys. I might go through that in another video, and we can see how we go from there. But yeah, I'm bringing in another motion sensor. I'm trying to make it a little bit better. So I'm bringing in another smudge. And you can see what a lot of people do is they'll do a few trips back to and forth back from the truck before they actually go in. Okay. So, and hello Park, welcome in. So, I've got my stalker test here. We've got some candles, which if the ghost is a stalker, it'll come and blow out the candle. We've got the salt there to test if it's a wraith. We've got the EMF. The banshees won't leave EMF, but the phantom will. So there's a few things there. As I said, I'm going to go through that in a lot more detail. We haven't got any evidence that this is a stalker yet. It's actually better. It's actually better if you set the stalker test a little bit further out, but you don't want to go in. But there is a little thing you can cheese here, where you can actually stand on the entryway and not go in, and when the door closes, it doesn't count you as inside for the hunt. So it seems to count you as inside to start the hunt, but not inside when the door closes. And I'm doing a bit of a demon. It's my version of a demon test. If the door does close on me and I'm not inside, then the hunt instantly finishes and I can start the timer. And if it hunts within 20 seconds, it's a demon. Otherwise, every other ghost hunts at 25 seconds or from 25 seconds. Right, so we're doing our stalker test. There's no bites yet. So now I'm taking what are the best bits of equipment for your Apocalypse 3 journey. The parabolic mic, a smudge, and a camera for the photo. They're the three things that you're going to be running around with the most. They're the three things that help you get most of the way there in terms of your objectives. So, yeah, what I'm doing here as well is I'm juggling, because you can only go at 50% speed. You can actually throw things in front of you and pick something up, throw it in front of it, and kind of leapfrog yourself. And that way you can take in 4 items, even though you've only got 3 inventory slots. You're not going to do this in the normal game where you've got 100% speed. You just move too quickly to do it. But when you're at 50% speed with no sprint, you've got all the time in the world to juggle items. And that means that, yeah, I've made 3 trips to the truck, but I've actually brought in 12 items, whereas that would normally have taken in 4 trips to the truck. Okay. So again, that triggered a hunt, which has been terminated. And you can see I'm still just leaving some time here, guys. I'm still waiting to see if it's a stalker. I've had a wraith not stalk me for 50 minutes. Am I supposed to be windowed? Thank you very much. I have had a stalker, a wraith, not teleport to me for 15 minutes. Of course, I did my test for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then, of course, what did I do? I just went on and did all this stuff. And the wraith just instantly teleported and killed me. So I'll leave it to you guys as to how much patience you have, as to how long you want to do your tests. But just note that sometimes you can get a very lazy banshee and you can get a very lazy wraith that don't use their abilities for some time. Okay, so we're inside now for sure. I've kind of had enough of the stalker test. I'm now doing a better stalker test. So see how I'm bringing it out a little bit. You might want to bring in some more salt and put those at the door as well. But yeah, again, I'll go through that in a bit more detail. Long story short, no evidence of a stalker yet. All right, so we're waiting for the first hunt. You can see by the timer that this ghost is taking its time to hunt me. So I'm just chilling here. This is a good natural, it's not a hiding spot, but the entryway, it's very difficult or very uncommon for the ghost to come here, particularly given Sunny Meadows is massive. It is very unlikely that the ghost room is near you, and then even more unlikely, even if the ghost room is near you, that the ghost would come and check out this dead end. It would more often go out to the rest of the map. Okay, door just shut. It's just hunted. On the first hunt, you always have to assume you've got a DO. Why? You don't want to be caught at the front gate when a DO comes, because you're going to have to use a smudge to get out of that little entryway there. I heard a ghost running at me at 1,000,000 miles an hour. We got ourselves a DO. They're pretty easy to take a photo. So this is why you have to run out, why you walk out on that first hunt, because a DO could come all the way to you, right? So yeah, super fast ghost until it gets to you, and then it's the slowest ghost in the game. And you can loop it around this table, right? Like once you've found a DO, you need a spot to loop it around. Otherwise, you're going to use a smudge. Now, this is great. This is what everyone kind of looks for on their APOC 3. Again, some people will actually try and farm it so that they get a DO. Don't do that. There's so much that you're going to learn by doing APOC 3 by not farming for a DO. Yeah, anyway, don't do that. But you still can't be sure that it's a DO. It could still be a mimic, of course. So you're going to want to see a second test. So that, I was a bit confused then about why the candle blew out. It just ran out. The ghost isn't here. All right. So I just realised now that I've done the 2 objectives that I needed to. I think it was escape during the hunt, but I didn't do the motion sensor test. I didn't bring the motion sensor, and I remember actually mentally kicking myself. Right. I'm mentally kicking myself, going, oh my God, if I just brought the motion sensor with me, I would have had all the objectives done, had the photo, picked DO, and I would have been out of there, right? I would have been out of there. It would have been almost a world record attempt at doing Apocalypse 3. And what I'm doing now is I'm trying to flick the light switch to see if it's hunting. And I couldn't flick the light switch, right? So it can hunt after 25 seconds after the end of the last hunt. So ignore the timer. Yeah. And the ghost isn't coming to me. So the ghost was hunting, and it wasn't coming to me. So what ghost it is? Twitch chat, do we know what ghost it is? Yeah, hopefully you guys didn't see me just circle it. On the first hunt, the DO ran out to me, and I thought it was a DO. On the second hunt, it didn't come to me. And as Headshot has correctly suggested, I circled mimic at this point, right? It hasn't come and gone through my sensor. I still need to get this third objective done of getting it to go through a motion sensor. The hunt has now ended. There's 25 seconds between hunts, unless it's a demon, then you've got 20 seconds. So I'm now venturing out to somewhere else. You need to, if it's a Dio, you need to be able to loop the ghost. But I no longer think it's a Dio. I think it's a mimic. So I don't really need a place to hunt. I need a place to hide. So I'm going into what is another great hiding spot. So obviously right at the entrance is a good spot. There's another one here, right next to the piano. Yep. Right next to the piano is a good hiding spot. And I'm trying to find where the ghost room is. Is it out to the left? Is it out the back at the kitchen? So for those of you, I play the piano for good luck. The way that Sunny Meadows works is that there's a left wing, the male wing. There's a right wing that just goes straight out in a line from the entryway, which is another area. And then there's the kitchen out the back. And both the left and the right wing have a downstairs. Cool? I'm hearing some noises. So I now know that the ghost is on the left wing. It's not out the back. It's not on the right. I now know the ghost is on the left wing. It's groaning. It's not hunting though. Right? Flicking the switches. It's not a hunt. All right. I'm much more adventurous these days. Absolutely. But just don't go anywhere yet, guys. Now, the best hiding spot in the game is not the entryway. It's not near the piano. The best hiding spot in the game, is it a glitch? Maybe, but the developers have left it there, is the first room on the right on that left-hand wing. You can hide behind that bed, and even if the ghost knows that you're there, it can't get you. Right, so you can see that I'm thinking that there's a mimic. This could be anything. This could be a wraith. This could be a mimic now pretending to be a wraith or a banshee or a phantom and materialise right here and kill me, but it can't in this hiding spot. Okay, that little circle says that I must have heard a noise. Okay, I've got the ghost photo. I'm just checking. I've got to get the... Yep, circling. I'm saying it's a mimic. Happy days. So I still need to call the ghost over to get it to come through the motion sensor, which I've set up at the front of the door. Whoa, that's a quick ghost. Okay, I call it over with the radio. All right, I've called it over with the radio. Check the objectives. Excellent. I managed to call it over and got the third objective done, which is to get the motion sensor. I'm good to go. I am good to go. I can get out of there. I'm being very brave here. Do not do what I just did there. If you go out and the ghost circles from being on the other side of this bed to here, it can kill you. Just stay in the corner, please. If you've gotten your 3 objectives on your ghost photo and you do that and die, trust me, you're not going to be very happy with yourself or the game of Phasmophobia. Yeah, see the ghost is just sticking the leg out there. And I'm just waiting for the hunt to end. I didn't time it, so timing the hunts and the time between hunts is a crucial part. So hunt ended. I've got 25 seconds. I can tell you 25 seconds at 50% speed is not enough time to get out the front door. Let's see what happens. I could have smudged it and given myself a minute and a half. Oh, goodness. Thinking what I now know, if I had smudged it and given myself a minute and a half, this would be a very, very different video. If you're wondering about why the colours are all a bit off, I actually had a couple of filters on. It was so bright that I needed a filter to be able to see it all. Like the sun beams down this on the middle of the day, and unfortunately I left my filter on that I have when I'm streaming. I like to make it brighter for chat to see, but not necessarily brighter for myself, and I doubled the filters. I do apologise, guys. I hope it doesn't interfere with your enjoyment too much. But yeah, two filters is too many for this, and all the colouring has kind of gone a bit haywire. Anyway, we're about to head out the door. We ring the bell of victory. It's not the bell of good luck on the way out. We ring the bell of victory. It's hunting. I can't get out the front door. I told you I wouldn't have enough time. And it's really quick. And this is why, check this out. I do this. Look where the Dio goes. The Dio went in front of me. This is how you die when you get a Dio playing Apocalypse 3. If it goes in the same direction as you and then comes out of its trance from the smudge, you die. And trust me, before I ever did it for the first time, I actually died to a Dio that exact way. And that's why I say push out when you're on that first hunt. No matter if you know what it is or not. On that first hunt, obviously you don't know what it is, but you need to be able to loop the DO and not smudge it, because that exact thing can happen. When you smudge it, if it's only got 2 ways to go, there's a 50% chance it's going to go in the same direction as you. So don't do that. So I'm now thinking, hang on a sec. Okay, so first hunt, the DO comes to me. Second hunt, it doesn't. It's a mimic, cool. Third hunt, it imitated a really quick ghost. And then I called it over. Fourth hunt, it hunts me again, like a DO. I'm going, what are the chances of it being a DO 2 out of 4 hunts, right? What are the chances of it being a DO 2 out of 4 hunts? Not very high. And that third hunt, hey, that third hunt, those footsteps were really quick. Maybe I didn't call it over. Maybe it was coming over anyway. What happened on that second hunt? I'm kind of thinking, and you saw me open up the journal there, and I was just kind of indicating, is it a mimic or is it a DO? And I was kind of going, I don't know. Well, I better just give it one more hunt to be able to see. So I just went straight into here. I want to be able to make a pretty quick exit straight afterwards, no matter what the outcome is here. One more hunt. I should know if it's a DO for certain or if it's a mimic. I'm going to find out, right? One way or the other right now. Flicking the lights to see if it hunts. I'm just sitting here going, what on earth is going on in this game? Am I getting phasmoed? Am I getting kinetic? Super quick ghost again. Sounds like it's coming straight to me. It was a DO after all. Here it is. It was a DO after all. I'd had something happen to me just the day before on stream, which gave me the experience to work out what was going on. Sometimes the ghosts get stuck. There's an area, particularly on the left wing, I think it's the third room on the right on the top floor, where the ghost can get stuck. And I believe on that second hunt, the DO actually got stuck and wasn't able to make its way to me. So I went from thinking it was a DO to a mimic, back to a DO again. And I should have smudged it there just to give myself even more time. But I think from here, 25 seconds is enough time to get out the front door. Yeah. Anyway, this is it's been an interesting one, right? And again, we're not dealing in certainties here. It could have been a mimic that mimicked a DO 3 out of the 5 hunts, right? It could still be a mimic. I'm not going to go back and look for orbs. I think 3 runs out of, and potentially 4 out of 5 being a DO, that's good enough for me. I'm going to call a DO. If it ends up being a mimic, congratulations, mimic, you mimicked me. But yeah, anyway, so hopefully there was some good stuff in here, by the way. One of the things that I also recommend is check your work before you hit the buzzer in the truck. I've got the ghost photo, I've got the 3 objectives, I've got the ghost circled, or at least what I think is the ghost. I crossed out the mimic. I think it's a Degen. Let's see if I'm right. Fingers crossed. Everybody hold their breath. I'm not peeking. It was a DO. So what I thought was a mistake, and that it didn't come, and I didn't use the motion sensor the first time. Like if I had somehow set up the motion sensor, that it gave me that third objective after the second hunt, I would have walked out the door and said it was a mimic. But instead, you have to know that there's these little quirks in the game, little quirks that can become features that make this game, I think, super interesting. Instead of complaining about being kinetic, instead of whinging about the bugs, I really enjoyed having my head spun around a little bit by the turn of events. But we eventually got there in the end. We got the APOC rewards as well, so you can see that pops up every time, even if you've done it before. That actually pops up that you've done and completed what you needed to get the APOC gold trophy. So I hope you like this, guys. Yeah, and I just let this go through because $8,370 and 8,370 XP is nothing to sneeze at. But yeah, anyway, I hope you got something out of this. I really enjoyed bringing it to you. You can see that when I get something interesting happen to me off stream, I'm still going to record it and get it out to you guys. If you did like what you saw here, whether or not you learnt how to not get mimicked or not get DO'd, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, not get kinetic is probably the best way to say it. I hope you got something out of this. Please drop a like and subscribe. I've got a heap of other videos that we have on the channel here relating to if you're a newer player, or I'm going to be putting out a whole bunch of these APOC 3 videos. I've already got another couple ready to go. So I hope you got something out of it. Bye for now, fellow noobs. Peace out.